class, we are going to discuss what you call your corrected WBC count. So when you say the word corrected, meaning to make it right, from wrong, or rather to correct, which is to change to give an accurate result. Now, you're gonna do your correction sa WBC count class if there are 5 or more nucleated RBC. Now, bakit sa tingin niyo, why do you think that there should be a correction? Anong meron sa nucleated RBC that you have to do a correction? Can anyone tell me? Bakit nyo kailangan mag-perform ng correction or adjustment if meron kang makitang nucleated RBC sa ano nyo, sa hemocytometer nyo? Any ideas, class? Bakit kailangan mong mag-adjust? Anong meron sa nucleated RBC? Come on. Share ideas. No, it's not my diseases. Tingnan nyo, class, yung cellular elements. The answer is within the is based on the microscopic appearance ng nucleated RBC. Anong meron si nucleated RBC, class? At kailangan nyo mag-perform ng corrections? Yeah, so immature RBC nga sila. So anong meron? Kung meron sila, nandun sila. What's the
High blood condition, sir.
No. Okay, may nucleus. Okay. So, ang reason, class, medyo malapit na si Rainy. So, class, the reason is because your nucleated RBC can be mistaken or can be counted as your WBC. Remember, your WBCs have your, diba? Nucleus. Then may mga granules siya. Then just to remind you, class, your nucleated RBC, from the word nucleated, you have a nucleus. So, pwede niyong ma-miscount siya as So, you just have to check. This can usually be done, class, by performing a blood smear to further check. Now, the earliest possible nucleated RBC stage na pwede niyong makita dyan is your orthochromatic normoblasts. Okay? This is one of the earliest stage, diba, na napoproduce sa peripheral blood nyo among the young cells ng RBC. Yun yung reason. Baka mapagkamalan nyo na yung nucleated RBC nyo is your WBC. Okay. Now, to perform the corrected WBC count, class, you have to use the formula WBC count in conventional. Ito yung computed, class, ha. This is the computed WBC count nyo. You're gonna use the conventional. Conventional, class, ha. Do not use the SI. Then you're gonna multiply that by 100. Class, this 100 is constant. Then divided by the number of your nucleated RBCs plus 100. So parang ganito yung class. WBC count times 100. This is in conventional, divided by NRBC plus 100. Okay? So yan ang appearance niya pag gagawin niyo yung computation. So ulitin ko, class, ha. You get the computed WBC count in conventional, then you multiply it by 100, then you are going to divide it by the number of your nucleated RBC that is seen, and you're gonna add 100. Okay? So if na-notice nyo, puro 100 lang, class, yung Just don't huwag kayo malilito sa formula. Okay, let's see this example. Calculated WBC is 6,565 cubic millimeters. So this is the conventional. Then 15 NRBC were seen. Now remember, class, you are only going to perform corrections if there are 5 or more nucleated RBC seen. So sa case na to, 15 NRBC were seen. Now, you're going to perform your corrected WBC count. So again, sa previously taught you sa mga previous computation, you have to take note of the given. So the given is your calculated WBC in conventional is 6,565. Your NRBC is 15. So those are your two givens. Now, use your formula. WBC count in conventional times 100 divided by NRBC plus 100. So 6,565, which is your WBC count in conventional, times 100 divided by NRBC, which is 15. You add 100, you get 656,500 divided by 115. You get a score, or you get a number. Wait. 56500 divided by 100 divided by 115. Divided by 115, you get a very long decimal place. So it's 5,700.695. 695.65. So this should be 5,708.69. Now, remember class yung rule natin, no? Since this is 5, you have to round up. So this should be 5,708.70. You multiply that by their conversion factor, 0.001. You get 5.7087, which in this case, again, two decimal places lang tayo. Since third decimal place is greater than 5, you have to round up. You get an SI of 5.71 times 10 raised to the 9 per liter. Okay? So it's an easy, diba, class? It's an easy formula. Multiply mo lang si WBC by 100, then divide mo sa kung ilang NRBC na nakita nyo plus 100. But you have to remember the rule, class, ha? You have to remember that only those with 5 or more NRBC SIM will you do your corrected WBC. So if nakakita kayo ng tanong na only 3 NRBC were seen, pag ganun ng tanong, hindi kayo perform ng correction. Okay? So with that, let's do your bonus point question. Okay? So I prepared 5 problems for this afternoon. Then after that, we can proceed to your activity. Are there any questions, class? Naintindihan naman? So just a quick recap, class. Your corrected WBC count is done if there are 5 or more nucleated RBC seen. The reason for that is because you could mistake your NRBC. Then correction needs to be done as well, if there are more than 5. Any questions? None? If there are none, I'll proceed now to the next slide. Okay, here's another one. Blood was drawn at 0.5, diluent to mark 11. 64 intermediate squares were used, and 375 WBC were counted, and 12 NRBC were seen. Class, let's make a quick detour lang. 64 intermediate squares were used. Class, ilang large squares to? How many large squares are that? Is that?
4,
It's
sir.
4.
16, sir.
It's 4. Remember, you're using diluent to mark 11, then 375 WBC. So this is a WBC class, ha? Okay? Ayan yung mga tricky questions. So whenever you see intermediate squares, it doesn't literally mean na RBC siya. You also check if ano yung nakitang cell, anong mark yung sa diluent. So remember, pag RBC pipette, di ba 101? Kapag WBC pipette nyo, 11. So ayan yung mga tricky questions. So let's solve class. So this is 4 large squares. So let's first get your given. Your given are the following. WBC scene, 375. Now, ACF nyo, 64 intermediate squares. Again, that is 4 large squares. So 4 ang ACF nyo. Your depth class, this is constant. Your dilution is 10 divided by where the blood was drawn. So in this case, it was drawn at 0.5. You have a dilution factor of 20. Now, if you apply the given to the formula, which is WBC count times depth times dilution divided by ACF, you get this. 375 times 10 times 20. Again, you do not use the intermediate class pag WBC, only the large squares. So this should be divided by 4. So let's try to apply that in the calculator. 375 times 200. 10 times 20 is 200. Divided by 4. We get a conventional answer of 18,750 cubic mm. Now we have to convert that to SI. You get 18.75 times 10 raised to the 9 per liter. Class, in this question, are we going to perform correction? Yes or no? Will we perform correction? Yes, okay. Bakit? Kasi we have 12 NRBC na scene. So remember, anything greater than 5 and above, you have to perform your corrections. Okay? So let's apply the formula for your correction. Your computed WBC count in conventional, which is 18,750 times 100, divided by NRBC, which is 12, plus 100. So 18,750 times 100 divided by 12 plus 100, you get 1,875,000 divided by 112, 75000 divided by 112, you get a very long decimal place. So 16,741.071. So again, class, yung third decimal place is less than 1. Excuse me. So you have to retain. So it's 16,741.7 cubic mm. You turn this into SI, you have 16.754 times 10 raised to the 9 per liter. Na-notice nyo, class, sa correct, pag gagawa kayo ng correction, it always decreases. From the uncorrected 18.75, after correction, it decreases, it becomes 16.74. So kapag nag-compute kayo niyan, class, tapos nakita nyo tumaas yung correction nyo, there's a problem with your computation. So you have to do that. It should always be lower than your actual or your computed WBC count. Okay? Naintindihan, class? So first, you have to perform yung computation ng WBC count. Then, you have to check if there is a need for correction to be done. So you have to know the rule kapag sa NRBC. Yeah? Then you have to solve for the WBC count in SI, then perform the correction if needed. Any questions? None? Okay. So I think we can start the game na. So first person, or first two who will type in the public chat gets a bonus point in their next